Okay. So
Thank you.
first question is when did you first come across music production? Like why did you get into it in the first place?
Yeah, I started music with the piano when I was young, and basically I just kept with the passion, and later in my like teen years, I discovered this song that was called "Animals" by Martin Garrix on the radio, and then I wanted to do the same. So I put a basically I started DJing because I thought that was how you make songs. So I started DJing, and then I understood that it didn't work like that, and I first I took some money and I went for FL Studio, and then I tried making songs. It was really fucking bad at the start, but it's been
Oh,
6 years, so so it
shit.
works like that.
You said you took money. What do you mean you took money? Where
I mean,
how'd
I
you
no,
get
I mean, I used my money to buy it.
Oh, okay, cool. I was like
I
I was like
didn't rob
what?
anyone.
No, that's really fucking cool. I'm glad that song. So, do you really fuck with his music? Is I think Martin Garrix is what you said.
Yeah, yeah, but no, but basically it's just pretty much anyone that's my age. I'm 20 right now. Uh, Anyone that's my age that started music, there's like a lot of people that started for Martin Garrix in a way, and Avicii, and yeah, like
Yeah.
everyone likes the same guys basically at the start.
Yeah, that's kind of true. Like, do you think that someone, like, who started it? Like, I mean, because I don't even know where it even came from, to be honest with you. Like, all of this different music. So, what is your opinion?
What do you mean, the style that I'm making right now, or
Yeah, like the style you were inspired by Martin Garrix, and then you also said Avicii. But do you know like who first started the this type of music, or because I'm not sure.
I think it's like way back, like before 2000, before those years. It's just that it evolved, but evolved in a way like today. Just you have new genres that come every day, and I don't think there's someone that started it necessarily. Just it's a movement. So yeah, like for
Yeah.
example, when you go from playing the violin to playing the electric guitar, it's the same thing. There's no one doing it first. But yeah. No, I
Oh,
actually don't know. I'm pretty shitty at at knowing historical facts, so I
me
won't
too.
say anything.
Yeah, yeah, you're good. You're good. Oh my gosh. No, I can be the exact same way at times for sure. But here we go. Next question.
Oh my god.
Um how was it starting out and what made you stick with music production? Like why are you still doing it and you never got bored of it?
Well, I think this is part of my personality as a person, obviously, is that I usually tend to have a few passions, but when I have one, I will stick around for like a few years and maybe I would say the rest of my life, but I can't know for sure. So the thing is, I started making music and I really liked it because I did it for pretty much my whole life. And as soon as I understood that I was really fucking bad at it, it wasn't cool for me. So I wasn't happy with that. I just wanted to get better and better. And today I just want to get better as well. Even though, of course, I'm way better than when I started, because I wouldn't be even able to make my first track. I remember just stealing tracks on YouTube and making them my own. But yeah, no, I think it's just the frustration of not being able to make anything I like that kept me
Oh.
going. And now that I make stuff that I like, I don't know. It's just I fucking like it, so I keep going.
That's awesome. Fuck yeah. Is it like when you're doing that process of like whether you like something or you don't like something, is there something specific that you're trying to listen for? Are you trying to feel something? Like what is a good track that you've made for you?
Yeah, mostly feelings because I've always been pretty bad at the technical aspect of music. Basically, you can hear on my release tracks right now, they don't sound really good technically wise, but I think I just focus on feeling something, having an emotion that makes sense to me. I usually start with either having a title. So for Take You Away, it was basically yeah, Take You Away feels like something to me. Or yeah, I
Yeah.
would just look at an image and try to recreate the feeling that it gives me. So yeah, I would say feeling first because I suck at technical stuff, at mixing and stuff. But yeah,
Yeah.
I like it when I feel like it's coherent together. For example, yeah, Take You Away was really hard to make something that made sense because of how different the elements are in this track. And somehow I think I made it work. I don't even remember how I made this one, but I like it.
That's always how it goes. Usually when you make like a banger song, and it's gonna go viral or whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's usually always like, oh, I don't know how I did that. I don't know how that sounds like good or whatever the case may be, but you're pretty freaking talented. And
Thank
you
you.
have like a very strong motivational vibe that's extremely inspiring. Hey, thank you for the follow, Adrix was my dude. Um, but yeah, you're very inspiring for a lot of people to keep going, because a lot of producers they say they want to be a producer. They go off and they try and learn as much as they can, and then they make one thing and they're not happy with that one thing and they don't want to keep doing it. So it's very interesting.
Yeah, I think this all comes down to passion at the end. If you, for example, I wanted to start making my own artworks, so with the digital painting thing and on Photoshop, and my motivation was just to actually make my own artwork, so I didn't have to pay for someone to do it, and
Oh,
I actually saw the difference between being really passionate about something and liking something because I liked doing it, but I can tell you I will not do it ever again because I suck at it and I don't want to get better. I think
guys.
the passion is what's going to make you just want to keep going and just get better every time.
Yeah,
So yeah, I
exactly.
would say this is why.
You what?
I would say this is why, or maybe the second most important thing for me is to not stress yourself too much because when you want to learn something in a few months, when you want to learn art in a few months, uh, you have to understand it's never gonna work. This is shit that takes years and even your whole life in a way. So if
Yeah.
you go into the music passion with the idea that you're gonna get extremely good results in a few weeks or a few months, uh, it's not gonna work that way.
Yeah.
So I think that's why as well.
I agree. I agree. There's like a huge difference between somebody who makes music for money and somebody who makes music because they love music. And that shows in the song or whatever song you're listening to. It does show. So when, for example, when I listen to your music, you wouldn't put that much work and that much effort into like the music that you've made thus far if you weren't passionate about it. Like there's no way because there's just so much work in them, you know what I mean?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, let's go. Next question, my dude. I hope everybody's doing well in the chat. Everybody's doing well. We chilling, we vibing. Okay. How important is it to have connections within the industry?
Yeah, this is something that a lot of people they have a lot of different opinions about it. My opinion is that I just don't give a shit. It doesn't it can actually help, but not having any connection is not something that's gonna be bad for you at all. I've got the example for Rehab. For example, I've made an official remix for Rehab, And this is something that I talk about a lot when I talk about connections, is that I never talked to Rehab before, and the only thing that I did is I fucking sent a track to him on his mail, and saying I just wanted to collab on something.
Yeah.
If you don't know, Rehab is pretty fucking big, and and I'm not, so it's pretty ballsy to do this. You don't do this usually, but I did it, and I was pretty fucking surprised because he answered in like 20 minutes, and he told me he really liked what I sent, and he said you can do an official remix, you can release on my label if you want, and keep sending
Wow.
tracks. So that's the thing. If you there's one thing that's for sure, it's that if you don't try, you have 100% chance of failing. So at
True.
least if you try something, you have to understand that, like most people in this industry, do not have contacts because there's millions of people making music. The amount of people having really strong contacts, they literally don't exist. To be fair,
Yeah.
nobody has contacts, and it doesn't work like this. You can just send a mail to whoever the fuck you want, and most likely they will maybe read it. And if they do, maybe if you make a good song for them, then they're gonna give you opportunities to make other songs and stuff. So no, I don't think it's something that's necessary to grow as an artist, but I think it's gonna help for sure. But you have to create your own connections. It's not because your dad knows some kind of label that you're gonna get signed. But
Yeah.
if you have good music and you don't know any label, you just have to send your music. If they like it, they're gonna fucking release it. They're never gonna be like, yo, I love this music, it would do really well, but I don't know you, so I'm not gonna release it. Nobody does this.
Yeah. That's
It really
funny.
has changed. It really has changed because I remember my dad in the past. He was making music. He had a band, and it was really different at his years because basically they had to pay for a studio. They had to sign contracts for everything and stuff, and they had to fucking take the plane to do collaborations with other artists and stuff.
Yeah.
No, like nowadays, you just send a mail to whoever the fuck you want, someone that never listened to your music ever, and you send him something, he sends something back, and then you send to the label. It just works like that. You can do everything just on your fucking share without knowing anyone, and that's
Yeah.
what is really nice about the music right now for me. Of course, there's maybe I would say too many people doing it for this industry, but you have to understand that it doesn't work like it used to be, and now it's way easier to contact labels and to get signed, even though
Yeah.
there's way more people.
That
At
makes
least that's what I
sense.
think.
Yeah, that makes sense for sure because I mean, that's usually what they go for. They go for like that. I feel like that's why your music does so well is because the number one thing that's important for you is the feeling. So when you do send it, taking a chance, you're just like fuck it, let's do it, let's see what happens, and then you send it to them and they actually listen to it and you got a feeling from it, then they're 10 times more likely to end up really fucking with it because they can feel the passion in it as just as much as you, and I feel like that's sick in within the industry as well. So that's really cool that that happened for you as well. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, thank you. Well, and it's a really big part of chance as well because I mean, I make music for feeling as well, but there's a lot of people that do this as well, and maybe better than me. But the thing is, it all comes down to luck, to how much people are gonna like the feeling that you tried to portray. Even though I might do it like worse than someone else, if there are more people likely to like it, it's gonna do better. I've got, for example, I have Jaron in my head. Uh, I have some
And
tracks that have way more streams than his tracks, and I don't think I'm actually better than him. I think he's like way better than what I do, and it happens a lot. Like it's only a small portion of artists that are gonna even do 1,000 stream, and it fucking sucks. But it's like this, and I don't
Yeah.
think it's necessarily about how good you are, but there's a lot of luck involved, and maybe how well you can approach labels and do your promo.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. I totally fucking get that. Sorry. My dogs might be super annoying. You know, you can. I don't know if you can hear Astrid. Kiddo, calm down. Let's not do this right now. Oh my God. Let's go to the next question. Do you ever have writer's block? And if so, how do you get through it?
Yeah, yeah. Like lately, I had it for like 3 weeks, which is really bad. Um, I usually get writer block when I have too much tracks that are not signed. For example, the past 2 years, this is something that I've talked about quite a lot, but I didn't release the tracks. But I was preparing for a 10 tracks album.
Oh
And the
wow.
thing is, yeah, well, it was a shitty idea because I lost all the momentum that I had back then. And I went up to 2000 no, 250,000 monthly listeners when I released a track in the past 2 years. Yeah, 2 years ago. And now I just lost like more than half of it. So it was really a shitty idea to do this.
Aw.
But yeah, I had writer's block because I had so many tracks ready, like around 18 tracks really already done basically, and they weren't signed, they weren't gonna go out and stuff, so it didn't. I wouldn't be like in the mood to create new tracks because I already have 18 tracks finished and they're not gonna be released. So I would say at least this is how it works for me when I work on too many things and I don't finish them. Yeah, this is it. This is when I have a lot of things work in progress, but I don't finish them or sign them. I feel like there's too much things in my mind and I can't write anything. And I think the best way to go over it is to finish what you have to finish and then just take a break, and it will come back one day. Because if it doesn't come back, no, it will come back. It's okay. It will
Yeah,
come back.
you're welcome. God, no, you'll make it through. Like these, if you have writer's block, and it gets really hard for a lot of artists and stuff. I feel like you just that's a learning experience. Like maybe you're supposed to know something that you don't know yet that would make the music better, or whatever the case may be. So whenever a writer's block happens, I feel you should take advantage of that and learn
Yeah.
something from it. So I don't know what this writer's block situation at this moment is teaching you, but maybe even to be humble. That's a big problem in the artist world as well. But either way.
Yeah, yeah, and it's actually funny that you say this because it just made me realize that my 3 weeks writer's block actually gave me something back. Is that um, basically I had a writer's block in the piano because I'm writing a lot of tracks on the piano right now for a piano album, and basically the thing was I couldn't write anything on a piano because anything that I would write would sound cheesy to me. I don't know why, but like it sounded like everyone could do it, and I didn't like that at all. At all. And I realized after all that basically I didn't like it because it wasn't 100% what I wanted to do. I was making tracks in the style of the first two tracks that I already made, so that
Gotcha.
the album could make sound sense and stuff. But uh, now I just try to just do what I like, and it works way better like this.
Well,
So yeah,
yeah,
that's actually true.
that's actually what?
That's actually true that it can actually um, you can learn something from it.
Yeah.
I did as well. I did, and I also had like a 3 months writer block in the past. Like was like 2 years ago, uh, and it was the same problem. I had too much tracks to work on, and it's like you have a limit of things that you can put in your head, because as I told you last time we spoke, maybe we can go over that later, but I make music in my head first, and then I make it in the software. So
Oh
basically,
yeah.
when I work on 5 tracks at the same time, during the day I'm gonna have the 5 tracks in my head, and it's gonna like be sometimes painful. Sometimes it gives me headaches because I'm thinking about this a lot. And for example, my family my family fucking hates it because uh, it can happen that I'm eating with my girlfriend, for example, and
Yeah.
I will tell her, fuck, I have to go, I have something in my head, I have to do it now. It happens. It's not like all the time, but it happens. And yeah, what I mean by that is that there's a limit of the things you can put into your head, and a limit of what you can think at the same time. And I think I crossed that limit, and I pretty much had a burnout, I would say, and that's when I had the writer's block. So I think you should just like focus on, on the things you can finish first and just get rid of them. At least
Gotcha.
that's
Okay.
how I feel.
And just not overthink it, because as soon as you start overthinking a track, oh my gosh, it's not gonna be, you're not gonna enjoy it, you know what I mean? Because like if you are trying to do anything, you're not actually doing what you're trying to do, because does that make sense? Because you're trying to do
Yeah,
something. Yeah.
yeah,
So it's like it's hard whenever you catch yourself in a trying to do something mode. Get out of it. Get out of that whole mode and just wait. That just tells you like, hey, I don't know yet. You know what I mean? But there's always trial and error. So that too. But no, I totally get you. Shit, that's pretty fucking cool. You got some good answers, my dude.
yeah.
Oh
10
my
out of
gosh.
10 for now.
What?
10 out of 10 for now.
Hell yeah. Next question. Have you had any trouble with your mental health being a producer?
Um, no, I wouldn't say that. Basically, during my life, I had some unfortunate events, I would say. So I lost some pretty close people to me, and this actually made me kind of strong mentally. So I don't usually get stressed out. For example, I don't get shocked by anything anymore. I think it's just a defensive way for my mind to deal with things. But now I no I really rarely get some bad times, but it can happen. For example, I remember last year, and not long ago actually, I got refused by pretty much all labels that I sent music to, because um, I don't know why, because they don't answer why, they just say no, yes or no. And I would say this is partially because it wasn't good enough, and partially because I wasn't having any streams at all during this period. So, for example, I know that not having streams won't affect your music, but having streams will affect your music. For example, if you have a pretty good track and you have 1 million monthly listeners, for example, this pretty good track is gonna go insane for the label, because he knows how much money he can make out of it. So yeah,
Yeah.
what I mean is, when I got refused by everyone, because at the time when I released Paranoid, it was 2 years ago. It went really, really well for me. I had a lot of streams, and I remember having not having the time to answer to my mails or to my private messages, because a lot of people would send me messages and stuff. I was so fucking happy for sure, because
Yeah.
yeah, I was really happy, was gaining traction. And yeah, what I mean by that is, basically, I got invited by labels to their places and stuff. It was really, really cool. And going from that, from any music you make there's a lot of labels that will say, oh, I fucking love it and stuff, and having messages and everything. Then you take a 2 years break, so nobody kind of listens to your music in comparison to how it was 2 years ago. And then every label refuses your tracks. It was kind of hard to deal with. I kind of went from from the top to the bottom.
Oh,
So yeah,
fuck. That's
yeah, but
freaking,
at the end
that's
of the
crazy.
day, at the end of the day, I don't make necessarily music for the clout and stuff. So I just make it because I like it. Of course, I want to be able to live from it and to eat something else than pasta and butter for the rest of my life, because I want to make my music heard as much as possible for sure. But
Yeah.
that's not the main point. So I think that's why I went through it. That it's because that's not the main point. That's not what's the most interesting to me. So yeah, it was pretty hard, but now I think I'm good. Now I've got one track scheduled for a long period of time every month. So now I'm back on track,
Hell yeah. That's
and
what I'm talking
I hope
about.
I can do better.
You what?
I hope I can do better than I used to do 2 years ago. That would be really cool for me.
Oh, you know you freaking will. Like, if you keep working the way you are at it and just keep your head high and keep positive vibes going. Hey, Paz Habara. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. My bad. But thank you for the follow. Welcome, my dude. Okay, you ready for the next question? Ooh, spicy. Hello?
Oh yeah. Sorry, no, I just watched the chat. I couldn't watch the chat. Sorry, JorVT. I didn't read for the whole time.
Oh my gosh, you're good. Shit, you ready for the next
Yeah,
question?
thank you,
Yeah.
bro. Sorry, man.
Wait, you're in Twitch too? You can see the chat. Hey, Rex TX5, thank
Yeah,
you
I
for
just
the follow. Sorry.
I
Go on.
just saw the messages. I'm sorry, dude. I
Oh,
am I supposed to answer? Uh,
answer what?
yeah, I closed the Twitch thing because there's too much on the screen.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you can look at it if you would like to. It doesn't matter either way. But you ready for the next one?
I'm good. Let's go.
Let's do it. Oh, I love that attitude. Okay, next question. I'm eating some fucking Fruit Loops and shit. It's really good. Um,
Fruit Loops.
okay.
What's
When you make music, do you use your own experiences as inspiration?
Yeah, definitely. Like it's cheesy again. Fuck, my whole career is cheesy. Yeah. No, yeah, I don't want to be that guy that goes like, yeah, my life is so bad. I'm so emotional and stuff. But yeah, for example, in Ashes, if you look at the lyrics, it's talking about someone I lost. Then I've got Silence that just came out less than a month ago. Is for my dead father who died 2 years ago. Yeah, pretty much all the tracks I released, they have because I feel like there's nothing that you can portray better than what you actually experienced yourself. So
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
think I am good at doing this. Maybe I would say I'm better at doing this than doing stories that I don't know. So I keep doing what I know I'm doing right in a way. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm definitely using this, and also my experience not as a person but as a producer, meaning um, recently I made like at the end of this month there's a track coming that's 6 minutes and 20 seconds, I think.
Oh
And
wow.
it's really fucking long for a track, especially nowadays. I hate to say this because I would love to make 15 minutes track, but it
Yeah.
would never work. Like nobody would listen to this, because that's how it is. And what I mean by this is now I kind of learned from my mistakes as a producer. So I know, for example, not to put too much information in a song, not to put too much energy, not to put too much stuff, basically. So
Yeah.
it's not my personal experience, but it's experience as a producer. What worked for me and what didn't.
Yeah. No, I totally
Yeah.
get that. I kind of like forgot my freaking train of thought for a second there. I kind of died. Oh, I wanted to first off say I'm sorry. I'm sorry once again that your dad passed away 2 years ago. I can relate. My
It's
dad
okay.
passed
It's
away
okay.
2 years ago as well. So but obviously maybe it was completely different how it happened or anything like that. But it's still a loss is a loss, and
Yeah.
I am so sorry because it's hard. That is hard.
Yeah,
So
yeah, of course, of course, it's hard. But at the same time, I'm thinking he passed away when I was 18 years old, and I'm thinking uh, it's the best time for my dad to go away because that's the moment where I get my basically in France we have some sort of diploma that you get when you get out of college. I think you call it
yeah,
college, and yeah, pretty much like graduation. Basically, he passed away when I got this, so he was pretty happy. I got accepted in a school, so he was happy as well.
aw,
My brother as well was accepted in his school, so I think it's the best time for him to go. And also, I'm kind of grateful that I've known my dad for 18 years, because I'm thinking, what if he died when I was 3? This would
yeah,
have sucked. So yeah, it's like this. It freaking sucks. But at the same time, you can also die when you go out with your dogs. What if a car just goes goes
yeah. I'm
and just
sorry.
roll over you? You know, like you can die at whatever moment. So I'm thinking it's kind of it's kind of philosophical, but I have known him for 18 years, and I'm happy he didn't die before. Basically, I'm happy he lived for. I saw him for 18 years,
Yeah.
not
No,
for
that's
only, but
awesome.
for that much.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
But
That's
of course,
absolutely
it's hard.
beautiful. What? Sorry. My
But
bad.
of course, it's not easy to deal with. But yeah, at some point you get used to it. You learn to accept it. I hope you do. You're doing
Yeah.
well with it.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I am doing well. I don't know if you can see my screen. Well, you probably obviously can, but I have this tattoo with a dad and a little girl. And I got that tattoo when I was like 18 or something like that, right before he died. And I got to show it to him, and he said it was absolutely beautiful. And not long after that, he passed away. So I can feel that too, like with a little that little something that you can just hold on to, because at least for me, I don't know if this is for you, when he died, I died. I just
Yeah.
went in a whole different way. But death is different for so many people. So I find it absolutely amazing that you got up, you made shit happen, and you're doing really well. So that's really great. That's
And
awesome.
yeah, it's pretty similar. It's a pretty similar thing because what you have from your dad, what keeps you from being sad and stuff is your tattoo on your
Yeah.
arm.
Yeah.
And for me, it's the music that I released because they were talking about my dad, and that's why I was really uh, careful about how to release it. And I just wanted one thing was sure that it was that I just wanted to release it somehow. I don't know how, but I just wanted it to go because for me it was my way of having this personal thing. Uh, it's shown to the world. Yours as well. Your tattoo is also shown because it's on your
Yeah.
skin. So it's kind of similar in a way.
Yeah. No,
For
that's
me, it was
super
music.
cool.
For you, it's the tattoo.
Yeah, no, that's super cool. I love that. I think it's very cool how different people can connect in so many different ways. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Oh my
Yeah,
god. You ready for the next question?
I don't know. I don't know if I am.
I don't know. Hey, little music, KHX, little music. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that, and thank you to the other person for the follow too. My bad. I can't remember it very well, but thank you. Next. Next question. I died. I'm sorry. Is music therapeutic for you? How so? Like, what else does it help you on mentally other than, your past experiences, etc.?
Yeah, just like I said, this is what kept me going because I wouldn't say it was easy at the start at all when I lost my dad, and that's what kept me going. It was first thing I did when I came home from seeing him dead, basically. I went to the piano and I played. I don't know why I did this. I don't really remember because it was 2 years ago. But I remember playing the piano way more often than I used to, even at my girlfriend's house. The neighbors weren't happy with this, basically.
Oh, God. Oh, my
But yeah,
gosh.
I remember doing this, and I think also I learned to how can I say this, to understand myself, my personality, and um, I'm doing sport as a patient as well, and I think these two are really connected in a way. It's that they help me kind of control myself, if I can say this. To how do you say this in English?
I don't know.
To just unchain yourself. I don't know if that makes sense.
Free yourself,
Yeah, but
let go.
I have a lot of energy and I need to use it basically. If I
Oh,
don't, I just I explode. So yeah, that's the
gotcha.
thing. One day it's gonna be sports. One day it's gonna be music. Most of the time it's gonna be music. And
Yeah.
yeah, that's how it helps me as well. Because I wouldn't be able to be happy without making music at all. I know, for example, in the summer when I can't do any sports or music,
Oh
I
my
know
God.
sometimes I'm like too much energy, and I don't know. I'm just a shitty person when when I get to this point. I'm just so fucking annoying.
I mean, I believe it. It depends. Like, if you put yourself that much into it and then it's gone, yeah, you're like, what? You don't even know what to do with yourself. I can see that. I can see you're probably hurting people's
Yeah.
feelings without even knowing it. You're like, fuck you. Well, at least that's how I am. Mm, that's fucking great. I love that. That's awesome. Next question. Is it important for you to put? Oh my gosh, we're just gonna skip that question
Okay.
because I mean no, because a lot of these questions I wrote down I thought would be a little different, but I'm surprised about how much we've actually talked about so far. So I'm gonna just go to the next one because
Yeah,
that
I'm
one's
going
pretty
on
similar.
tangents as well.
Yeah, yeah, no, you're good. We're killing it out here. We're going through this freaking interview, so I'm really excited. Or excited. We've already started. You get it. How long has it taken you to be very good at songwriting? Because songwriting is very difficult for a lot of artists.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be not cool for some people to hear this, but uh, this is actually the opposite for me. Uh, the technical aspect is really it's a pain in the ass for me, and it's the songwriting that I'm most comfortable on. Like I sit on the piano and I can make something pretty much instantly. I don't know if it's gonna be good, but I know I can make something pretty much instantly. I just that's my strong point in making music. that's what I'm good at. I'm really bad at all the other things, but I'm good at songwriting. If I can say so, but I would say it didn't take so long because I was already kind of making my own piano pieces when I was young. So I
Oh.
kind of teached myself. How do you say teached? It doesn't exist in English, right?
You taught
Yeah, yeah,
yourself?
exactly. I did this to myself,
Yeah.
and and yeah, when I was pretty young, so I would say playing the piano doesn't really help in making music, but playing the piano and trying to create your own piano pieces, this will help a lot, like an insane amount. So I would say this is kind of when I became good at songwriting. Of course, I'm getting I hope so. I'm getting better every day
Yeah.
for sure. And I think maybe in 5 years when I'm gonna listen to my tracks that are gonna come out in a few months and stuff like this, I think I'm gonna pretty certainly say that they suck. but
Oh my
but I
god.
think I hope so. I hope I'm gonna hate my tracks that are coming out now, because that would mean I'm getting so much better in the future. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think you have to be focusing on the songwriting at least at the start, because uh, if you're someone that's comfortable with learning stuff, you have to understand that the technical aspects are going to be a lot about learning, like watching YouTube videos, stuff like this. Also messing around on the software and doing shit for a long time. But
Yeah.
for the songwriting, this is something that I'm pretty confident about, is that you cannot learn how to write songs from someone else. I don't think it's possible to have someone to tell you you have to do this and this and this to create. For myself, especially, I, I I am really bad at learning from people. I have to learn from myself and from doing mistakes and shitty tracks for a full year. And I think you have to focus on this, and you have to try and to fail so many times, and it just get better every time. So yeah, I would say I don't
Yeah.
even remember the question, but yeah.
Yeah. No, you're good. Do you believe that songwriting, like, just songwriting is harder than producing, or do you feel the opposite?
I think it just depends on each people, and also I don't think um, I don't think talent exists in a way. I think
Oh.
you will not be born a certain way. I mean, of course, you are going to be born differently, but I think what's most important is how you educate yourself. Um,
Yeah.
for example, I've always hated learning at school. For example, I never pretty much never worked at school because I fucking hated it. I wanted to quit for so long, and so I've always hated this. So today I'm really bad at this because I educated myself this way. I think the parents are going to educate you, but also yourself and your own decisions, even as a kid. So I would say that the fact that I wanted to make my own tracks when I was really young and I started doing it, uh, this gives me the advantage of being good at songwriting. But the fact that I fucking hate learning makes me really bad at the technical aspect. So I think this is how it works. And I think I can back it up with the it's an example on YouTube of a guy that basically he took his kid, his really young kid, and he made him listen to each note of the piano and to memorize them. And now this kid is able to he has perfect pitch basically.
Wow.
So I think the perfect pitch doesn't come from genes. It's not a genetic thing for me. uh, if I'm not mistaken, we don't know yet, science-wise, we don't know yet if it's genetic or not. But I would say it's not because of that video. I would say it's more of the environment you grow
Yeah.
in which you grow and what you do as a kid. Basically, I think that if you start doing music when you're really young, of course you're going to be not necessarily better at making music, because it also depends on how much passionate you are and how much effort you're going to put in. But I think it also depends on yeah, wait. I messed myself up. Yeah, I think it depends on how much effort you put in, but I also think it depends. It doesn't necessarily have to be when you're really young that you have to do this. I think you can educate yourself even when you're a teen, and even like before 40 years old. I think that you can just try to learn music. But I would say the best way to do it, at least for me, is not to go for music theory necessarily, not at the start. I would say
Gotcha.
the best way is to find what you like about music, and just, for example, for me, it was the piano. And I loved playing the piano, like the vibrations and making melodies and stuff. If you have
Yeah.
something that you truly love, uh, music theory is going to be something that you need maybe at some point, and then you're going to learn it so fucking quick compared to someone that doesn't have anything he loves in music yet, and you
Yeah.
start learning, it's going to be shitty, you're not going to like it. I think the point
Yeah.
of a passion is to have fun and to just like what you're doing. If you're making music for making money, for impressing your friends, having a girlfriend, I don't know,
Yeah.
stuff like this, it's maybe you're gonna do it, but what's the fucking point? Like,
Yeah.
get a more a normal job. It's gonna be way easier to make money. It's gonna take way less time and effort. But like, if you're not happy doing it, just quit. It's not worth it.
Exactly. Exactly.
I
And
still don't
I
remember
don't.
the question.
Yeah, you're
I
fine. We were
really don't
talking
remember.
about. I kind of forgot that question too. Oh, it was about songwriting. But I completely get
Oh
what you're
yeah.
saying, because I think that, I mean, there are so many people that make music now, but I do not believe that every single one of those people, like, have a passion for it. You know what I mean? So then it leads you to believe, it's like, why are you even doing this? Like, why are you trying so hard for something you're not even passionate about? And it's because a lot of people think it's easy, like making music. It is not easy whatsoever to make something, that everybody's gonna love. So I think that's more just insane to me, that many people really believe in their head that they're meant to be making music.
Yeah, but I think also some people mistake what they really are after. For example, it took me a long time to understand that I wasn't after fame, but after just music. When I was young, the my biggest dream wasn't to basically my biggest dream in music was to be famous. So uh, I, I
Gotcha.
I thought that was my dream, and at the end of the day, I realized that I don't care about being famous. What I want is having a small community, or maybe a big one if it's possible. But just people that like my music. I don't want to have people to like me, but I have people to like my music. I don't
Yeah.
give a shit if people know me or not. This is not know me as a person. Uh, I'm not here to make myself known. I'm here to make my music known. So in a way, it's not really been after fame. It's been, in a way, it's about being accepted. In a way,
Yeah.
this is how you start a lot of the time. And I think there are people in the music industry that don't realize that they're not actually uh, after making music that people like, but they're after being famous. And some
Yeah.
people don't realize this. And I mean, if they're happy, just go. If you're not happy, quit. At
Yeah.
the end of the day, it's like this. You're gonna make way more money working at McDonald's than you're gonna
Mm.
be working for 6 years to make music that nobody likes.
Yeah.
If it's not something that you like, it's not gonna sound good. So you're gonna you. I mean, not the music you like. It's if it's not your passion, it's never gonna sound good to me. So I
Yeah.
think it's way safer to get a normal job, if I can say this, uh, even for you as a streamer as well. Like
Yeah.
if you do this for the money, then you're fucking dumb because it's not gonna
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, oh my
You
gosh.
have way
I've
more
been
chances
saying
to go to
that.
McDonald's.
I've been saying that for so long. Like when I first started streaming, because I mean, I was, watching people on Twitch and stuff, and a lot of people were telling me like, "Oh, you should start streaming. You should start streaming." But at first, I was like, "No, I don't want to just start streaming because people told me to. I want to start streaming because it's something I genuinely want." And also, I've been saying on, especially on my stream, from the beginning, and I've only been streaming for a couple months, a few months, I'm not sure. That hey, I don't need your money. I don't care about the money. I'm doing this to learn. I'm doing this to find something new. Maybe this can reach out to more people. Maybe I can help more people. I have money. I don't care if people do that. So it makes it so much easier to stream because I don't care about money. I feel like I'm more
Yeah, yeah,
genuine, it's more authentic, and honestly easier to watch. I'm not even gonna lie. Music that is passionate and absolutely beautiful, and somebody worked hard on it. It is not hard to listen to it. Does that make sense?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Um, I think it is pretty much the same things apply to what your passion is to mine. And also the thing is, if you one day become famous, that wasn't your point at the beginning. So
Yeah.
you will not become big-headed. I don't know if it means anything in English.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah,
That makes sense. Yeah.
yeah. Like if what you want at the start is just making something different than just being famous, then being famous is just gonna be uh, a bonus in a way.
Yeah,
It's not gonna be
exactly.
like if you define yourself with how much money you can make or how much streams you have, then first of all, I think you're a moron. But I
Oh
think
my god.
also no, but I
Yeah.
think it's not something good to define yourself with something that you think as commercial value, because
Yeah.
like if you lose that money, who are you? That's the thing. I think it all comes down to what you think you are. If you have so much insecurities that you have to want to be liked by other people, then deep down you have to fix this, and then you can do your passion. It's not gonna work if you want to just become famous or make money. It's a passion at the end of the day, and you have no idea how much. When I say you, I don't mean you as a
Yeah.
person. I mean
I get you.
generally, people don't have any idea of how much work you put in any passion for how less money you get for it. Maybe one day it will pay off. Maybe one day you fucking blow off and you make millions and millions and stuff. But it's not what you want at the start, because if what you want at the start is to make a quick buck, go to fucking McDonald's. It's gonna work way better.
Yeah.
Like,
McDonald's, you love that example. Man, I love it. I love when you say McDonald's. That's so fun. Okay.
how do
Oh,
you
that's
say it?
fun.
How do you pronounce it?
McDonald's. Well, I guess it's the same damn shit. I don't care. It's fine. But I just
McDonald's.
say
I don't know.
Yeah, McDonald's. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
MIC
In French, we
McDonald's.
say McDonald. It's not the same thing.
Je m'appelle JD. Oh, s'il vous plaît. What is s'il vous plaît? I forgot. Please?
It's please, yeah.
Oh, shit. Look at me and my French. I'm killing it. Let's do the next question, my dude. Let's fucking do this shit. Okay, what's the next one? What is your signature sound, and how long did it take you to come up with that?
Yeah. Well, I can't really say anything because I didn't release any track that I feel are special for now. Um, I'm sure if you ask people, some people are gonna, for example, Jorvity. I'm
Yeah.
sure it's gonna say that there are things that are unique in my music, maybe. For
Yeah.
sure, there are some things, because there in any music there's something unique, but I wouldn't say I have a signature sound, for now. Um, but in the tracks I'm gonna release soon, the signature song that I want to go for is, mixing cinematic music with future bass, because that's two things that I really, really fucking like. So basically, mixing, violins, and horns and stuff like this with all of this, and, hopefully, making it something that people like. Hopefully,
Hell
we'll see.
yeah. We
But
all
that's
shall
something I'm
see.
really passionate about.
Fuck yeah. No, that's really fucking cool. I think it's cool because, I mean, I know a lot of artists that have, like, a signature or something that's the same in every song. But personally,
Yeah,
I think that if you do something once and it does really well, never use it again. Just find something new, just how you did with that. I feel like that makes more of an impact than doing the same, signature sound in a song, because eventually people will be bored of it and people aren't going to
yeah,
enjoy it
exactly.
because it's going to sound the same. Nothing different.
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to not to have, one sound in particular to be exactly the same every time, but to have, a kind of a genre, uh, for a cinematic feeling. It's a feeling again, so it's not going to be the same every time. And the use of a violin, it's not something crazy. It's just a fucking violin. But I like these kind of instruments because, the melody can change, but the feeling is just going to be the same. If you take only the violin, but now you take the violin and you mix it with another genre, for example, future bass, what I'm doing,
Yeah.
and every track is going to be so fucking different but similar at the same time. And that was what I was struggling to find, is to have something that, people can say directly, oh, I know this is, this guy that made this music because there's this sound, in the mix. But at the same time, I don't want people to be bored, as you said.
Yeah.
If every time you make a track it's the same one, what's the point? What's the point of listening to
Exactly.
them?
Exactly. Like, then you're not learning anything new. You're not putting anything new into the song. So I totally get that. It just depends. I mean, there's a way to do it that isn't gonna sound repetitive. There is a way to do it, but it's extremely
Yeah,
hard to find that. It's
and this
very
is the
difficult.
hardest part of all the music production for me. It's to have an identity, because there are millions and millions of people doing this, and there are a lot of people that are doing the same, kind of the exact same genre, a mix
Yeah.
of genres and stuff. It's so hard to just make something that stands out, but is, not too original that it scares the public. So you
Yeah.
have to do something mainstream but different, and
Yeah.
that these are two things completely different, and trying to find a style that bends both together, this is so hard. And I think this is never going to happen, for an artist. I think, what I mean by this is that you are going to grow as an artist, and I think during your whole career you have to find your sound. What is your sound?
Yeah.
Not necessarily a signature sound, but what is, the thing that makes people come back to listen to you, and not someone else? Because,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I feel like my music in the past, sounds like Illenium, for example. It doesn't really, but I feel like it. And I've always asked myself, what's the point of listening to, Lux Holm if it's only Illenium, but a little bit bad? I would say just
Yeah.
listen to Illenium.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I
talking harsh,
mean,
but
yeah, I get you. I get you. That makes sense. You don't want to make something so similar as for to somebody else, but you got to make it different enough, and it's just you got to find the perfect balance, and that is very difficult. But someone like you, I know you'll eventually find that perfect balance for you, and it'll be freaking amazing. But oh
Yeah,
my
I hope
god.
so.
Mm, yeah, hell yeah. Okay, next question. How did you come up with your artist name?
To I don't know how, but I came up with Lux Holm, something like this, or Holm, and I went into something called, oh my god, don't remember this, please. I went into something called Martin Garrix Sizer.
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
And pretty much you put a name there, and it gives you a cool name. Like it makes it cool, and it gave me Lux Holm. Yeah,
Oh,
there's
that
definitely a big meaning behind the name for sure.
that's funny. What was your teacher's name?
Madame Chauvac.
Wait, how do I say? Okay,
No,
Madame
Mrs.
Shavac.
Mrs. Chauvac.
Mrs. Shavac.
Yeah, let's say this.
Mrs. Shavac. Shout out Mrs. Shavac. Oh my
Oh my god.
gosh.
I, I'm for saying that Lux Holm has a big meaning. Lux, because this is what we say is light. In Greek, I think.
Oh.
Or yeah, no, fuck that. Yeah, basically, I just put it on a randomizer, and it gave me the name. I thought it was cool. No, but yeah, no, I can say something. Jaraviti, when we talked together, I don't remember when, but yeah, when we talked together with Jaraviti, he said my past name, uh, Ulysse M. He said Ulice M, and this is
Oh,
why I decided to change the name. It's because every country pronounced it completely differently. So there was a Ulysses M, Ulysse M, Ulysse M. Everyone had a different pronunciation, and I thought it was kind of bad for the promo because nobody could understand. So
yeah, that
yeah,
makes sense. That makes sense too.
so yeah,
Yeah. How? What was the other name? Say it again.
Ulysse M.
Ulysse M.
That's it.
Yeah, I would have had difficulties with it, but I mean, like when people like your music, they're not gonna care about how hard your name might be to pronounce. Like they'll go out of their way to get your name right. So I think
Yeah,
that's
but
pretty cool
also
too.
also the thing is it's pretty much my real name. But
Oh.
uh, instead of Molo, I just said M, the letter M. So I just thought I didn't want people to know me personally. I just wanted to make music and that people like the music. So I was like, basically, I'm gonna have to change my name because I want something that looks cool, that
Yeah.
looks cool.
Oh,
And
I get you.
and oh my god, I'm so funny. It's insane. Yeah, I decided I wanted something that looks cool and sounds better than this because the past one pretty much sounded shitty and everyone had a different pronunciation.
Oh
But
my
yeah, yeah,
gosh. I
that's
didn't
how it
think it
works.
sounds
Just a
shitty,
randomizer.
but yeah, oh my god. Well, in this case, the randomizer, that was my I like your name. I think Lux Holm is actually a really fucking cool name. So I is it better than Ulysse M? Yeah.
Yeah, shout out
But
to shout out to Martin Garrix Sizer for winning.
my God, Sizer. How do you freaking say that? Mark.
Martin Garrix
Oh,
Sizer.
Oh, it's gonna sound so fucking American. Martin Geresizer. Did I say that right?
No, but it's American. It's American. It's just my accent. Martin
Yeah,
Garrix Sizer.
Martin Garrix Sizer. Yeah, well,
That's
I
it.
was
Yeah,
trying to
exactly.
say it with your accent because I think your accent's really cool, and I think accents in general are really dope as well. I thought
Oh,
I thought
nice.
you were from New England at first because like some words you
No
say
way.
it
No way.
sounds like it. Yeah, like when you say like it's like time or something. Fuck, I don't know. I'll have to hear it, but
Yeah.
I get
I
you.
made time. Yes, some words I've got a good accent, and some words I just sound French. It's weird.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. I think that's cool shit. Next question. Oh my gosh, we're
Ooh.
almost done. That's insane. And it's only been like an hour. That's fucking nuts. Okay, let's do it. Next question. Where do you plan on taking your music? Like what's the big idea, the big picture?
Um. What do you mean?
Where do you plan on taking your music? Like where do you see your music in like 5 years, you know?
Oh,
Like where do
okay.
you see it?
Oh. Um. I would say I'm. It's not gonna sound cool, but I'm really fucking pessimistic about stuff like this. Unfortunately, I think something that's beautiful, but as well really dangerous, is that pretty much from one day to another, you can pretty much lose everything. At least as a producer, from one day to another, people can actually completely forget your music. So I would say I don't see myself. I can't actually imagine myself still doing this in 5 years. As much as I want to, I want to be able to do this in 50, 60 years, stuff like this. It would be an absolute dream to make this for my whole life. But
Yeah.
I do not have the pretension to say that it's gonna that the music I'm releasing now is gonna be listened to in 10 years. I don't think so, because I think there's a big change in the industry compared to before. Is that genres they just switch
Oh
way
shit. I'm
faster.
so sorry. Hold on one second. I'm so freaking
Okay,
sorry.
don't worry.
You know, I thought they were gonna be good the whole time. Baby, what? There's nothing there. Nothing's there. It's okay. I know. I know. Life is so hard for a puppy. I know. Oh, bah. Holy shit. Okay. I'm so sorry about that.
Yeah,
But
don't worry
yeah, no,
about
I
it.
get what you're saying.
Yeah,
As you were saying.
yeah, what I was saying is the big change is how fast things are going in terms of changes in the industry. That's how I view it as well. Again, so it's just my view. I cannot predict the future. I can't say what it's going to be like in 10 years. But what I can say is that the past few years that has passed, genres have switched really, really fucking fast. The mainstream, like for example, anyone that listens to music, how can you say this? Like the normal listener, yeah,
Gotcha.
basically what becomes mainstream is gonna switch pretty much every 6 months. You have a new genre that becomes mainstream and that everyone on the planet listens to, and then they just get bored of it, or there's a new trend that's going on. And what I've seen is that it just switches way faster than it used to be. And
Yeah.
I wouldn't say my music right now will even be listened to in 5 years, not even 10 years. But what I can maybe want for myself is to make music that is going to be relevant for the time where it's released every year. So maybe in 10 years, people are going to still listen to me, but not the music that I'm going to release now.
Yeah.
Um, I would love to be able to do this for my whole life. This clearly would be my dream. My biggest dream is to be able to do this for my whole life with people that like it. It's not necessarily how much people like it; it's just people liking it. I
Yeah.
would love this. But yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
would say this,
awesome.
and um, and also where do I want it to be? Uh, I think I just want my music to be in the playlist.
Yeah, got you. Got
I
you.
would love to
I'm
have people
surprised.
listening to it on the daily. That's what I love. Like the idea of someone that goes to work and that thinks of listening to my music is just fabulous to me. Like I'm thinking that means that this person, like right now, if I go on Spotify, I don't have a lot of streams nowadays, but if I go on Spotify, there's around 20 or 30 people listening constantly
Yeah.
to my music. So that would mean that there are 30 people in this fucking planet that are actually listening to it right now, and I just fucking love it. I don't know. It's amazing to me. It's not a lot of. It's not some big numbers. I know some people. Some of my friends, they have most likely 1,000 people listening every time. It's not big, but I just like it. I love it.
Yeah, that's so awesome. If you can appreciate, 20, 30 people, then you will be able to appreciate more, If you like there are some artists that they see what, 100,000 people, and that's not enough for them. Like, people like that will never be satisfied. If you can't be happy with one person constantly listening to your music, then how do you expect to deal with, like, more? You're just gonna turn into being ungrateful. You're not gonna really learn anything from it. You're just gonna end up being, because it will go down. It will go down again, and you're not gonna be ready for that because you're so used to
Yeah,
however
yeah.
many people listening to it, and it doesn't mean as much. So I
And
think
that's
it's
what happened to me
amazing.
actually.
Oh, really?
That Yeah, that's what happened. My numbers have decreased a lot because I didn't release anything for 2 years, and numbers just fucking crashed. But yeah, that's what happened to me. At some point, I was kind of unhappy with even 200,000 plays. I was like, fuck, this sucks. And
Oh, wow.
I just, yeah, I realized it's insane because if I dig down my memory, I actually remember the first song to hit 100, the first song to hit 5, the first song to hit 1,000, first
Eh,
song to hit 10,000 and 100,000. And I remember those, and then I'm thinking to myself, like, bro, it's
yeah.
it's like nearly 1/4 of a million plays, and you're not happy at all. And
Yeah.
this is where I realized that, like, maybe the envy of making big streams and big numbers was taking over my real passion. And this is where I was like, fuck this. Like, I'm just gonna, like, avoid looking at all these numbers and stuff. I think the best way to have good numbers is to constantly release something that you actually like, so that
Yeah.
you know that on the long run you're gonna do it. It's the same for everything in life. For me, is that if you do it like for a short term, you might get good at it, but you're never gonna be like insane at something. You have to like to think long term. And that's what I'm trying to do now, is like, it's okay if a song doesn't do really well, by really well. And again, I'm like, if the song does like 100,000, I know I'm not gonna be so happy, which sucks because
Yeah.
it's a lot of people. Like,
Yeah,
I
that's a lot
remember
of fucking
in my,
people.
yeah, in my college, I would see 100 people, and I would be like, whoa, there's a lot of people. And the fact that it's just numbers on the screen, maybe this is what creates a separation between the reality and the screen. And yeah, I wasn't grateful for this for a long time, and now I learned to actually like it, because you understand somehow that it's not robots that click on the music. It's actual real people that took the time to listen. And
Yeah.
for example, Spotify, they do not count a stream if it's not listened for at least 30 seconds, I think. So that
Oh,
means
wow.
that every stream you have, it's a guy or a girl, a real person that actually listened for at least 30 people. And I think it's amazing,
Yeah, that's
basically.
awesome. That's awesome. I'm really happy to hear that. There's this artist that I want to interview on Instagram. I don't know when. I was hoping tomorrow, but I'm not sure. But his name is Nick Vig, and his Instagram account had, like, what, 15,000 people, but he was upset because he just was really upset because nobody was interacting. Nobody was, like, you know what I mean? They were, like, just following just to follow, and they weren't
Yeah.
real people. So he's down. I think he's down to, like, 7,000 7,000 followers now, but he couldn't be more grateful from where he's at, because he always
Yeah.
caught or always what is it, or I always thought he was the, ungrateful type, but to go from 15,000 and just have 7,000 and be even more happy about that, that says a lot. That says a lot. And it's
Yeah.
very interesting because it sounds like it just depends on what type of audience you're trying to get to. If you just want people to listen to your music, then then eventually you can get there. If you want people to listen to your music and talk to you and interact with you and get to know you and like want all of those things, I think it's a little bit harder. So I think it's really cool that you're not about that second part. You don't care if people want to get to know you as a person or anything like that. You're just more like, listen to my music, like, if you want to get to know me, listen to my music. And I love that.
And it's even more than this. It's not that I don't want people. I don't care if people know me personally. It's that I actually don't want them to. Uh,
Oh.
like it's not. It can actually sound like I'm a dickhead, but like I don't like having a lot of people around me. I prefer having a few friends, but close friends, for example. So I know I've never been the guy, the famous guy in the college, for example. I've never been the guy with a lot of friends, and all the girls want to talk to me and stuff. I've never been this guy. I've always been like surrounded by three, four friends at most, and
Oh wow.
I'm way better off like this than with a lot of interaction and stuff. It's just not me. It's not who I am, and I know. I'm pretty fucking sure about this. I'm pretty sure it's never gonna happen that I'm gonna have people going down the street and talking to me like, "Oh, you're Lux Holm." It's not. It's never gonna happen. I just don't want it to happen. I wouldn't be happy with this because I am so like cringy when there are so many people like this. Like I remember I did some shows. Like my first show, it was really fucking small and really cringy, and it was
Yeah.
for it was like a teens party, stuff like this. So only people below 18. And I remember like I actually didn't like it because there was so many people and I wasn't comfortable at all. So it's not that I don't care, it's that I know I wouldn't be comfortable having so much interaction about myself rather than
Gotcha.
being about my music. I and also I don't think I'm, as a person, I don't think I'm more interesting than anyone, because like maybe my music is gonna be interesting to some people, but me as a person, I still need to eat. I still need to go to the toilets, to the stuff like this. I'm a fucking human, like everyone.
Yeah.
Even at the end of the day, even the president of your country, he has to eat as well. He has to pee. He has to take a shower. He's a fucking normal guy. He's just playing a
Yeah.
role, and that's the thing is himself as a person, he's completely normal, but his role in the society is different. And I feel like it's the same for me. I wouldn't say I'm interesting or more interesting than anyone as a person. Maybe the fact that I make music, this is interesting, but not me as a person. I like playing video games and that's it. I'm
Yeah.
not like, I don't know if that makes sense, but I wouldn't be happy with people being interested about me, because I don't feel like I deserve people being interested about what I do, because I'm like, just right before I joined you on Discord, I was eating, so I'm a normal guy. I have to
Yeah.
eat, and I go to school and stuff. Well, I don't really go to school because I quit it, but, but
Yeah.
for this one,
Yeah.
but yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. That's like, I don't feel like I would be comfortable with people being interested about me. Like,
Well, that's
maybe you
interesting. So
can be
you.
interested about my music. I would be really happy, but not about me. I don't like it.
Yeah. Well, don't you think that your music is a part of you? I mean, I would consider it a part of you. I feel like Oh, I don't even have to talk to you. I feel like I can just listen to your music all day, and I can feel like, I could feel like a little like your friend, to an extent. But it sounds like you don't enjoy people, or people that listen to your music putting you on a pedestal. You don't like being like the center of attention, which is awesome. I think
Yeah,
that's really
I fucking
cool.
hate it. I'm so cringy. I wouldn't like it.
Oh my
No,
gosh.
I wouldn't like it. It's not that I'm no. It's not that I'm necessarily cringy. I'm okay. It's I'm cringing inside. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I am
Uh,
cringing. Like I know I'm not gonna be comfortable. I don't want to be put as in a pedestal because, again, as I said, there are people that I'm pretty sure about this. There are people that don't even release any music or that do less than 10 views that are better than me.
yeah.
The thing is, I don't see the amount of streams as value, uh, as the amount of value you have in music, because as always I have so many examples of people that are so fucking good at music that have so small amount of streams, because
Yeah.
it's not really about making, it's not about the art anymore. The biggest part of how much you're gonna make streams and stuff, it's more of about marketing.
Yeah.
It's not about how good your music is, because at the end of the day, even if my music sucks, you clicked on it, so it's a stream. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I mean. And yeah, I wouldn't be able to be genuine if so much people were interested about my personality, about myself. Of course, it's a part of me. My music is a part of me, but I think that if you like my music, then you like this part of me, but maybe
Yeah.
you don't like the rest of it. And I'm just showing one part of it. I'm not showing my entire personality. And even like most likely anyone that does any art or stuff like this, I would say it's the same thing. Like they show some part of their life or their personality, but they do not show themselves. They show what they. It's not really. Again, it's not really myself that I portray in my music. It's my experience. So
Yeah.
pretty much anyone could have had this experience. So it's not. I see myself more as someone that portrays stories instead of portraying myself.
Yeah.
I don't know if
No,
that makes sense.
no,
I'm going
that
on
makes
tangent
sense.
again.
You're fine, and that makes
Holy
complete
shit,
sense.
I'm so
I
bored as
think
well.
I think that makes you like a great artist, because I mean, like, think about it. All the artists that, have whatever, if you want to call it, like, made it, okay? They became famous or whatever the
Yeah,
case. They became even more humble. I mean, it teaches you, like, the bigger you get, you'll just be more humble. You'll know what you're made of. You'll get to know yourself a lot more. There won't be insecurity about yourself, because of all of those things. But people have
yeah,
confused that for money. So if they're not making a certain amount of money, they don't feel like they have any talent. For example. So it could easily switch. But I think that if that were to happen to you, I feel like you would know what to do. You would know how to get back to your balance, and that's hard to do. That is not easy.
yeah.
You
And
gotta.
even at my scale, I would say, like, for me, a million plays has always been like this fucking huge achievement, like really insane. It's not like it's good for me. I never dreamed of it. It's not something huge for a lot of people. There are people doing billions of plays, but what I mean is, I had a couple of tracks going to a million plays, and now when it happens, like, it's not that I'm not surprised, but I'm surprised. Of course, I'm really happy. But before, I used to think that as soon as my music reached 1 million plays, I became I gained more value in a way, which is
Oh,
fucking it's ridiculous.
yeah.
Because if you think about it, when it has 900 9,000 views, it's not gonna. wait, what did I say? No, 9,099. Oh my God, 999,000 views. I would
Yeah.
say it's a great track, and then it gains 1,000 views more. It goes to a million, and I was like, wow, this is an insane track, which is fucking dumb. Like
Yeah.
as soon as I hit the 1 million mark, I understood that it wasn't actually this that I enjoyed, and I think it's funny that you bring up all those famous people. A lot of people that are actually famous and have a lot of money, what they say, and people take it as controversial in a way, is that once you have a lot of money, you realize it's not what makes you happy. So I think it's the same way as my little self. When I reached 1 million, I realized that okay, it's not. I'm not happier, and I was actually less happy because I started having pressure on myself. I was like, oh my god, every song has to hit 1 million, and if it didn't hit 1 million, I was like, it's shitty. It's not doing
Oh
great.
my god.
So the thing is, I went to 1 million, and I realized I was like not enjoying as much as the first time I hit 100 plays, like 101 million, and I was happier when I was to 100 because I remember I was posting it to myself. I was posting it to my SoundCloud account like 6 years ago, and I was posting one music every day, and
Oh wow.
like there's one music that blew up for me, that went from 0 to 100, and I was like, oh my god, it's so insane. And every time I hit a new milestone, I was like, now the next one is 500,000, now it's 1 million, now it's 2 millions. And you
Yeah.
realize every time you hit that milestone that it's actually it's not necessarily great once you hit it. What was great
Yeah.
was reaching to it, basically.
Yeah.
So that's what I discovered for myself. Again, maybe it's not the same for everyone, but for myself, going, like, the process of trying to go through all those things and going to 1 million plays, I was so obsessed with this. And once I hit it, I was like, yeah, but like that's it. I did it. It's not insane. It's cool. It sucks, basically, because now I don't have anything I want to do anymore. So now you put a new milestone, 2 millions. If you hit
Yeah.
it, you're not gonna be happier. But the fact that you went through every step to go to that new milestone, this is what makes me happy. This is what I really like. And right now, the new milestone I have is to, with this new music 2 years later, is to beat the scores of the past music. This is the
Yeah.
milestone. That would make me really fucking happy. But I'm sure
Gotcha.
once I hit it, I'm not gonna be happier. I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, I need a new one and stuff. That's what I mean. Is that it doesn't really matter. What matters is, at the end of the day, is progressing, is doing better than you were doing yesterday. And
Yeah.
this is why you can be happy with 10 plays at the start, and this is why you can also be unhappy with 10 millions for some people. It's because, for example, for Justin Bieber, doing 1 million
Yeah.
1 million plays is fucking bad for him, because he
Yeah.
wants to do more and more and more and more every time. So I think that that's what keeps me going as well. Like I really like, this is something I like about America as well. Is the American dream, and I really like this idea of just doing more and more and more every time. Of course,
Yeah.
someday you have to step it down. You have to go a little bit slower, because you can't be at your max every time. But
Yeah.
just at least trying to do better every time. I think this is something really important, and not even only on music, but everything you want to do in your life. I mean, who the fuck am I to to give advices on life? But I mean, you can see this in pretty much every territory you like. Like, if you progress, you're happy, no matter how big you are, how much money you make. I would be happy right now to make 10,000 in a year. A lot of people, most people, 10,000 in a year is nothing, because they have a normal job. Again, normal, yeah,
Yeah.
quotes.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. I would be really happy with this, and I'm sure that once I reach it, I want 100,000, and then once I reach it, I want more and more and more. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I don't remember what I was saying, but
You're good. You're
oh my
good.
god,
I appreciate how much you're like. I hope you're enjoying the interview. I am too. Like I have just
yeah,
learned
I don't remember
so much.
anything, but I feel like I'm fucking drunk.
You're good. Oh my gosh, I was so tempted. I was like, should I drink? And then I was like, no, I can't. I can't get like all tipsy when I'm interviewing. You know, like that'd be bad. But I thought it'd be fun. I did that once with this other streamer. His name is Warp Whistle, and he was one of the first streamers, or no, he was the first streamer that I interviewed. And our interview went for 2 hours. We were so fucked up by the end of it, and it was actually pretty fun. But it just depends on the situation. But yeah. Oh my gosh, I don't even know where I'm at in the damn. Okay, so we got a few more questions to go through, and then we're gonna play your most recent or whatever you want to
Upcoming track.
show. Yes, thank you. I forget
Upcoming
words
track.
too. I forget so many damn words. People are like, "Do you even speak English? Like, where are you from?" And I'm just like, "I'm from here. I'm from Florida." Okay, let's do it.
I'm from
Um,
Florida with the
oh my
accent.
God, I love that. Wait, do it again. Do it again. That was great.
I'm from Florida. No, that fucking sucks. Like
I'm
the
from
letters that
Florida.
just go on the way.
But you could do it in a country accent. A country accent's pretty easy. I'm Jadi. I'm not even
Oh
doing
my
it
god.
right. I don't even think I'm doing
I
it
don't
right.
even. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know what accent I
Oh,
have. Like you said some of UK. I'm pretty sure that that would be really confusing to speak to me when you're a native because I'm pretty sure there are some words that I say with one accent and some words with another one, and in
yeah.
between of these there is the French accent that goes. So it's.
Yeah.
I, I I would say it's pretty weird.
I think it's kind of cool, but you know, it's cool. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, and we're gonna have audience. Thank you for reminding me, GRVD. Audience questions, and I forgot what else that other word was. But I'm from Florida. No, that rucking sucks. Agreed. What? You fucking bitch, Silver. Silver, I can't. She's like one of my mods, and there she's been coming to my streams for a while. Like she's awesome. So the next question is, do you? Never mind. We're not gonna ask that question because like
Okay.
that's an obvious. It's an obvious question. So do you want to talk about some gymnastics for a second? Like, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, basically, I'm a lot into sports right now, and I'm doing gymnastics, gymnastic rings. Uh, I think it's the kind of the same process as music. Like, uh, I've always uh, I've always been fascinated by gymnastics. I've always kind of liked the idea of moving around like this. And yeah, once I started it, I was so bad, like really, really under average, extremely bad. And the more you practice, the better you get. And I think it's exactly the same as with music. I set myself milestones of achieving certain movements, the handstand and stuff like this. And once you get to them, you realize that having the handstand is not really cool. It's getting to the handstand. Uh, like when you think about it, like if you were born able to do the handstand, you wouldn't be happy with it. What I
True.
fucking like about being able to do this is that less than a year ago I wasn't able to do it, and this is what I
Ooh,
like.
that's
It's like
awesome.
you look at the past and you see that there are things that you weren't able to do and now you can do them. And this thing in particular, it's not really necessarily impressive or stuff, but the fact that you weren't able to do it in the past, this is what I fucking like. This is what I thrive for, like
Yeah.
just getting better every time. And it's the same for the music. It's really closely related for me.
Hell yeah. No, that's awesome. I think that's sick. I think you posted on your story. I don't know. I don't remember when. But you had like these two rings and you were like lifting your whole body. And dude, I looked at that and I was like, no, fuck that. Like, if I try to do that, I can't even lift my own body weight. And I weigh 100. I just weighed myself yesterday after the gym. I weigh 115 pounds. And I can't even lift that. I mean,
I
even when
have
I'm
no idea.
like,
I have no idea what it is in kilograms.
oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that. I don't know
Wait,
why. I
it's
did.
divided by 2.2, I think.
Uh,
So 15 or 50.
115. Yeah, like 115.
Okay, so it's 52 kilograms.
Yeah. So what does that mean? Is that heavy, or what does that mean for you?
That means it's 115.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, but I mean, like, what is your opinion on that weight? Like, I don't even know how much you weigh to even be able to lift yourself like that. So, like, to put it in
I'm
perspective.
I'm 5'6", I think, and I'm 65 kilograms. So it depends because the heavier you get, it's not necessarily harder because you have more frame to put more muscle, so to have more strength. So, but at some point it gets a lot more difficult. Uh, of course, if you weigh 100 kilograms, it's gonna be fucking hard.
Gotcha,
But no,
gotcha.
it's just about practicing. At the end of the day, it's exactly the same as anything. And I wouldn't say it's that good to be to be fair because I'm trying to get really good at gymnastics. So my biggest goal would be to perform on European championships on the rings because I
Ooh.
fucking like it. And I'm so far from that level for now. Like what I can do right now is impressive to someone that doesn't know about gymnastics, but someone that performed for years, they would say it's good. It's not necessarily really good.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. They're always going to be like that. But it just depends on, like, the perspective and whose perspective you're going from. So it's like, yeah, I get that. Something to somebody else isn't going to be like that. Well, but to me, in my perspective, that's fucking impressive. Like, wow. Mm. Holy shit. What is happening in the chat? Boil a mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. I don't
What the fuck?
know. Are you talking about taters? Tater tots? Taters? That's so fucking American. Taters. Do you want some taters for with your steak? I didn't even do that right. JD wouldn't get it. You fucking bitch. I know. I probably don't get most things. Okay. So the next thing that I kind of want to bring into light and talk about is you see music in color, right?
Yeah, it's called synesthesia. Synesthesia. So yeah, if you don't know this, it's gonna sound like I'm a fucking alien, but there's a lot of people that have this. It's not a condition at all. It's not. It's not like harder to live with it. It's just a different way to see things. As for example, there is something called aphantasia, I think, which
Oh.
is people that have the total absence of anything of any images in their head. For example, there are a lot of people in this world that cannot imagine an image in their head. Like there's nothing. For example, if I ask you to try to think of a bridge, if you can see this, then you don't have a fantasia. But there are people that cannot see anything in their head, and basically, it's not a condition as well because it's just a different way to experience life. Because you're not gonna see things and remember things in your head as images, but you're gonna remember how much pillars were this was it on this bridge, how much what was the color of this guy eyes and stuff like this. You're gonna remember them instead of having them in your mind. And for the
Yeah.
music it's the same thing for me. When I listen to correlation between two notes, it starts doing it with at least two notes. If I have only one note, I do not see any shade of color, I do not see anything. But two notes, it gives me an emotion. I it's really weird to talk about this because for me it's pretty much obvious because I've always been like this. So, for
Yeah.
example, if I play something sad, for example, it's most likely gonna be around blue, purple,
Yeah.
stuff like this. But like for me, it's really really obvious, and I for me it's really hard to understand that people do not see colors, and for you it's
Yeah.
hard to understand that I do. But
That's
yeah, I've always been
very.
like this. So and it's actually weird how I discovered it because uh, imagine that you have this for your whole life. Like, how do you come up with talking about it with someone? Like, it's
Yeah.
weird. Like, you don't go out and say, guys, do you realize that you breathe air with your nose and stuff because you always done this? So it seems really intrusive for you. For me,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's the same thing. Like it's the same as breathing. When there's music or stuff, I just see shades, and it's like this, and I think this is what enables me to go from an image to a sound. Meaning when I look at images for a long time, it gives me a feeling that I can portray in music. So I think it's really correlated. But yeah, I can I can see colors. It's weird as fuck.
Yeah, no, I think it's kind of fucking cool though. But I feel that situation a little bit. Not the color part of it, but I mean, like I told you about my accident and stuff like that. So when I woke up in the
Yeah,
hospital, I didn't know anything about myself. The people around me, like some family and maybe a couple friends that were there, like they told me my name is JD. So I'm basically I was supposed to go into the world and relearn everything, but
yeah,
also like I got bullied a little bit, at first because people thought I was just that I was gone, that I didn't know anything, which I didn't, but I got bullied. And that was my first time after the accident feeling what it felt like for people to say mean things about me. So I immediately started faking it and pretending as if I know who I am and all of those things. But I'm able to fake it so well that people they don't think I was in an accident. They're like, okay, you're normal, everything's fine, but they don't really understand what's going on in my head. So like I get that. Like how am I supposed to explain something to you that you've never dealt with? Like, you know what I mean? It's
yeah. That's it.
difficult. Yeah.
That's it.
It's,
It's like it's impossible to actually imagine stuff like, for example, quick thing. If you talk to someone that's blind, that always
yeah.
have been blind, and you try to feel like them, you're gonna close your eyes. Right? It doesn't work that way because it's not the same thing. It's not that they closed their eyes. It's that they never had any vision. So it's really different. You cannot actually understand. I don't think I can understand your situation. I don't think you can understand my situation, even if it's not something as big as yours. I think, but
Yeah.
I
No,
don't
I
think
get
you're
you.
gonna anyone is gonna be able to to understand
Yeah.
anyone else situation.
Yeah, but it's more about like okay, let's say there is not even one person on the planet that can understand either of our situations. What matters is that people listen. People try
Yeah,
to understand even though we both know that they don't have like, or been through or can see colors or know exactly what's going on in like with the brain because it's so complicated, but just try, and that means more than you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
So I totally get that, and even though I can't see colors, I still think that would be dope. Like, do you just see rainbows everywhere? Like
No, no, but it happens that it's not yes, something. It has to be clear that when I say I see shades and colors, I don't see them like if I look at my door, it doesn't become red, for example.
yeah,
it
I got you.
it's in my head. It's like an image that you can't see. It's inside your head. Like if I close my eyes after listening to something, it's blue. It's
Yeah.
not like it. How can I say this? Like, and how the fuck do you explain this to people? It's so hard because it's so like obvious to me. Like it's
Yeah.
basically I if Oh my god! It's like I would say it's exactly the same as if you think as a bridge, you're gonna see a bridge. I would say it's the same thing, but with colors. Because, for example, for the bridge thing, I cannot really see things, images in my head. Like maybe you do, maybe you see them really well. I see them really bad in my head. But for colors and shade of colors, when I listen to music, it just appears obvious to me that, oh yeah, this song is blue. Like it doesn't make any sense,
Oh.
but I listen to it and I'm like, yeah, this one is fucking red. Like it doesn't make
Yeah.
sense, but
No, I get you. I mean, that's pretty fucking cool. Cause then it's like, are colors can colors be corresponded with moods? You know, like it's just a type of mood if you think of it that way.
yeah, what?
I'm sorry, so what? No, I mean like when you see a color, like so you were saying you're if you think as a friend. I'm sorry, silver. She said in the chat if you think as a bridge. No, I mean, okay. So say you're listening to a song, you're like, holy shit, this fucking song is so blue. Okay, does that mean the same thing as like saying, okay, this song is sad?
Yeah, for me it's like this. Like it's the same way I can. How can I say this? For example, if I ask you to look at a color and say, like for example, what color is your dress?
Okay,
You
red.
know it's red. Like for you, you are not thinking, oh, what color is this? You're not like thinking in your brain, oh, is it blue, is it yellow? No, you know it's red. Like you see it and you just it's fucking red. Like I see it in front of my eyes.
Yeah.
And what I mean by this is that for me it's exactly the same. I'm not thinking anything. It's just like it's obvious to me that this music is blue. It's obvious to me that this song is red. Stuff like this. And it's the same
Gotcha.
thing with actual people that have the perfect ear. The yeah, how is
Yeah.
it called again? Perfect pitch.
Yeah.
They listen to a sound and they can tell you it's a G, it's a C, because they know it. And for you, it's the same with colors. You look at something, you know it's red. And for me,
Yeah.
it's the same with music. I know this music is blue. So yeah, it's not something that you think about. It's just you know it. You know it's like this because again, it's just two senses that are not supposed to be connected, that are connected in some ways. So it's not only music as well. I can walk in the street and if a dog just barks and stuff like this, it works like this as well. Like I can tell you if it's red, if it's blue. It's weird, but it's like this. And yeah, the same thing applies for smells. For example, people have
Gotcha.
synesthesia as well with smells and sounds. Like there are people that are gonna say to you that yeah, this music it smells this. For example, I think it's even weirder, but
Yeah,
I would
but
say
people
these
have
guys are
that.
weirdos.
People
What?
have that with smell about music, like how you do about
Yeah, you can have
colors.
smells as well.
That's
Yeah,
freaking
I don't know if it's with
nuts.
music, but there's a lot of synesthesias, a lot of different ones. Basically, it's just connecting two senses that are not connected. So smelling and listening, smelling
Yeah.
and looking. So colors, you can smell a color, for example. Uh,
Oh.
I don't know which way it is. Maybe it's more of the guy is smelling something and it makes a sound in his head. Maybe something like this. But yeah, I just know that it's gonna be most of the time people they discover this when they're like 20 years old because
Yeah.
they're like, wait, what the fuck? You can't hear colors? What the fuck? And yeah, it works like this. Because like nobody talks about this because nobody has it because nobody has it. And
Yeah.
even if you have it, like you're gonna be a fucking weirdo if you say it. You know people are gonna judge you really hard. They're gonna be
Yeah.
like, what the fuck are you saying?
Yeah, because it's just they're like the only reason people get all pissed off, is because they don't understand something, you know? So like when you're confused and frustrated and aggravated about anything, of course there people are going to react in a bad way. That's just how that goes for sure. But I mean, I think I've met like one other person that can see that can or that can hear color like through music. But I mean, that was like I don't even know when. I don't even know who that was. But it wasn't. This isn't my first time hearing about it, so that's pretty fucking cool. I didn't know that. Yeah. Oh my god. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
yeah. Yeah,
And
someone said this man is definitely on drugs.
oh my god, bro, that's fucking crazy. Wait, that's another question I want to ask you. Do you
Do I do
drink?
drugs?
Do you yeah? Do you do
Oh,
drugs?
yeah.
I'm just so curious.
No, no, yeah, yeah. The thing is, I was, I've never been really interested in drinking and drugs and stuff, because also I've had this passion for a while, and I just saw that every time you see a big DJ, big DJ and big producer, you see a lot of drugs and you see a lot of alcohol and stuff. So I was like, I really want to, if I can never start that, never start drinking alcohol, because I know if I go to festivals and stuff like this, a lot of people are gonna tell me like, yeah, do you want another beer? Do you want this drug? Stuff like this. And I was like, this is the best way for me to fuck up my life if I want this as a job. So I've always told myself to not drink anything, and basically for doing that, I became uninterested in this. So I would say yeah, I drink occasionally. Well, I never drink anymore because of the situation, but um,
Yeah.
it happens that I drink with my friends, but most of the time it's a really small amount. For example, I've never puked in my entire life from alcohol, and I'm
Oh
20.
wow,
Yeah,
that's awesome though. I
like
think it's
I would say
awesome that you don't.
I started drinking like 1 year ago,
Oh
something like that.
wow, I
So
yeah
yeah,
I
no, it's
started
not something I'm
drinking.
interested in.
I started drinking when my dad died. When my dad died about 2 years ago, that's when I started to get into like drinking, drugs, you know, et cetera, et cetera. But that was because I was in such a low place. I mean, I was so depressed, and I didn't even know I was
Yeah,
depressed. I was just like, oh my god, I'm hurting, but I don't know what to do about it because there's nothing I can do. So like that is an easy way to fucking get into it. But I think that's awesome as fuck that you don't do drugs or drink a lot. Like that's sick. That's
yeah.
awesome.
Also, the thing is, I know a lot of people do drugs and alcohol to kind of let go and kind of stop like caring so much about stuff, so they can have a little moment where they are kind of free in a way.
Yeah.
Thing is, I've always been really scared of not being in control. So I know that I don't think I would like it, to not feel like I control everything. For example, it sounds weird, but if you ask me, do I prefer jumping from one building to another with some protections, like a rope that's attached to me, or without? I would say I'm way more comfortable doing it without, because I cannot rely on these safety things. I'm not gonna be relying on this. I'm gonna be too scared. I want to control stuff. So if I'm starting to drink alcohol and stuff, I don't like not being able to control myself. It never happened. I don't know if it will ever happen. I don't even know if it happens like this for people, but I don't want this to happen. I wouldn't be comfortable. It's not the kind of things that would actually make me better. I think drinking for myself, from my personality and my body, it would actually make me worse.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be making me free or stuff. I think it would make me like really tense and scared, and I don't think I'm the kind of guy that where drugs is gonna make me happier.
Gotcha, gotcha. That's fucking awesome though. So that's like sick. A clear mind, clear decisions. That's how you do it. Oh my gosh. So I got this last question, which is a pretty obvious question here. Do you have any new music that I can play for our audience? Welcome, everybody. What does that even say? This kind of sounding like the high talks with the boys. Yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
that's the thing. I don't need drugs. I don't need drugs or any kind of alcohol. I'm already
Oh
fucking
my,
drugged.
oh my God. Honestly, I always said that because, like, I just started doing stuff like 2 years ago, but, my entire life before that, I never wanted to do it. I grew up, I don't know if you know what AA is, but I grew up in that and
No.
I went to meetings. It's basically Alcoholics Anonymous. If you have like a problem with alcohol, you would go there
Okay.
for help. Yeah. So my parents, my mother was in AA, so she took me every single meeting and stuff. So I grew up being scared shitless to drink and do drugs and do any of
Yeah.
that because of like what I saw and everything. But you got to let people decide for themselves. That's very important to learn what they need to learn.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, that shit is crazy. Now I have learned that if I start drinking, I won't stop. I just keep fucking drinking. It's so weird in my head. Like when I start to feel something, I have to keep drinking. I have to drink till I pass out or something like that. It's just
Yeah.
fucking crazy. And I don't know why I'm like that. I'm just like that, I guess. Oh my god. But anyways, I don't know where. So what's the name of the song? Tell us a little bit about this song you're coming out with or is already either way.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I sent it on your personal account again. So yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
It's called Can Focus. It's a pretty long song. It's 6 minutes 20 seconds, and it's basically about the feeling of not being able to focus on yourself. It's when my dad passed away, where I wrote parts of the lyrics and of the melodies and stuff, and I mean for most of the time the singer does all of this stuff in every music. It's a collaboration, but this time I paid the singer to not be on the title, so I can have it just for myself,
Oh
and
wow.
also because I wrote a big part of it, so I
Gotcha.
decided to just keep it. And
Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, yeah, it's about
Awesome.
it's about my dad basically, and how we turned this out is that I wanted it to feel like it's a love story, and at the end of the track, there's one section that makes you realize it's not at all a love story, and it's about a grief. So you
Oh
think for
wow.
the whole story that it's just a breakup, and then you understand that it's my father who died, and
Oh
I think
wow.
it was pretty cool, and yeah.
That's awesome as fuck. Okay, we ready? I'm so ready to hear this. I'm so excited.
Let's go.
But let's do it, you guys. I'm gonna mute myself for the song. But
I don't know how, but I still hear your voice in the morning. I'm praying that you're with me still when the sun goes down. I'm trying to pretend like I'm okay now that I'm lonely, but nothing will ever come close to you. There's no reason for me to hold on like the way I do, but given the chance I would just say it, thinking the way I do of you. All alone in this fire that we had struggled through, ran out of time, searching for life and all that we wanted to be. Can't focus on me. sky. I've been thinking it's time to move forward. But I don't wanna leave you here like you meant nothing. Don't know how to react, cause I'm missing you here right now. You ran out of time, searching for life and all that you wanted to be. There's no reason for me to hold on like the way I do. But given the chance, I would just say it, thinking the way I do of you. All alone in this fire that we had struggled through. Ran out of time, searching for life and all that we wanted to be. Can't focus on me. Can't focus on me.
That's, hold up, let me unmute myself. That was beautiful. That
Thank
was
you.
so beautiful. Wow. I honestly, I got chills. That not only obviously because I've been through, my father died too. So I feel, wow, I want that in my fucking playlist. I would listen to that all the time. I think mostly from my position because I've been through that. Like I'm not gonna be a bitch on stream or anything like that. But I honestly felt like I could fucking cry to that. I got chills and all that shit. I felt the emotion in that. I love the lyrics on it. I don't know if you wrote those lyrics specifically, but they were beautiful.
Yeah, especially the last part, the lyrics and top line. I was supposed to sing this, but yeah, someone mentioned, someone asked if I'm singing in the song.
Yeah.
I'm doing the backing vocals because I'm I am learning for now, and I think someday I will actually sing myself because I'm starting to like my voice when I sing. But for now,
Aw.
no, this one wasn't me. But I was supposed to sing the last part. The last part I pretty much wrote everything on this part. No, I actually wrote everything, the lyrics and top line, and for the other part of the songs, the other parts of the song, I wrote a bit of them, but not all of them. Like I would say 50-50, but
Okay.
then
Wow.
yeah, that's it.
Absolutely
Like
beautiful.
that's the song where I actually wrote the most for the singer. Usually it's a collab. Usually the singer just writes his melodies and his lyrics and stuff. But I really wanted to portray it the way I wanted it to be portrayed, because
Yeah.
obviously it's my story, so I wanted it to be my way. And yeah,
It,
I'm really happy you like it, because that was kind of the goal. I was like, I don't want it to make people sad. I wanted to make them happy about this. I was like, maybe it can help some people.
yeah.
Like I know there are a few songs that I was listening to every day when my father passed away. I I can't say the names because I don't remember which ones, but I remember he helped quite a lot. So I was like, maybe I can do the same, and maybe people that did not lose their closed one, maybe they can actually relate in some way. So
Yeah.
if it can help, I'd be really happy.
That's so awesome. I loved it. I didn't just like it. I loved that. That was beautiful. I can see myself, especially coming from somebody with brain damage, every day is a new day for me. So it is not hard for me to listen to the same songs every day. I do that every single day. So like it just doesn't. I don't care when the song was made. If I like a song and it's a good ass song, then I will put that shit on repeat every single day. And Giorvity is a great witness of that. He has been on my streams for a while. I would say a while now. It feels like a while. And he listens to, like, even if I played the song 5 times, you know what I mean? Like 5 times in the other stream, like he'll still be there and like jam out with me, and like even that makes me feel amazing. But that song, oh my God. So I will take this time for audience questions. Georvity, if there were any questions, if you can put them up there, that would be cool. Or if anybody has any questions for Lux or in general, um, you know, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Question time. Yes, Silver. It is question time. Before the end of this interview. This whole interview has gone so fast. It doesn't even feel like anything. Oh my gosh. First question. How are you? Second question. Favorite movie?
Bro, I'm not clicking. It's gonna be a Rickroll.
It's gonna be a Rick roll. What? And third, do you have someone special in your love life? Hey, thank you, Patty, for the
Oh yeah, yeah.
raid.
Yeah. Okay. So, first question. How are you? Fine. Second question. Favorite movie? No, yeah, yeah. I'm fine. I'm better than I used to because obviously time heals and it's cool. And right now I would say I'm pretty much the happiest I've ever been in my life for now because
Oh,
I have third question. I have a girlfriend. I've been with her for three and a half years soon, and it's like it's cool. Yeah.
aw.
Favorite movie, bro. I don't I don't actually watch that much movie, but for no, the favorite thing I actually watched is Attack on Titan. I don't know why, but I just fucking like this show so much.
Wait,
And
which
even the
show?
music, the music is like Attack on Titan.
Oh, Attack on Titans. Got you, got you. Okay.
Yeah, and like the music, the sound designing, the everything is like for me the sound aspect of this one, this anime is just perfect. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like I actually listen to Attack on Titan's music soundtracks in the subway, in the metro, and when I walk outside, I'm listening to this because I fucking like it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
clicked on it. It's not a Rickroll, but fuck off anyway.
Oh my gosh. Some French folks was talking about, I don't know if you're reading the chat. I
Bro,
can't even keep up with it.
no, I ever thought of doing it with a hamster. I wouldn't say a hamster would be good at making music, so I wouldn't do it with. Yeah, bro, I understood the question. Don't worry. Um, yeah. So Hugo is kind of a friend of mine. What does it feel like to do music on the worst dough ever? Basically, you have to understand there's a war between Ableton users and FL Studio users. Basically, it's two different softwares, and people spend more time discussing which one is the best rather than making music. So it's kind of funny. Yeah. So what does it feel like? It's really hard. It's really hard to deal with.
Got you, got
Uh,
you.
no, some French folk was talking about CS:GO. I'm pretty sure it was a friend as well. Fuck. They weren't just to fucking troll.
That's funny.
I Yeah, Attack on Titan, bro. I fucking hated Hellboy for the whole interview. Now I fucking love him.
Oh my
It's like
god. Oh my gosh. He has some like he has to put a warning
no, no,
in
no,
the
but I'm
stream.
kidding. Man.
No, no, no. I mean, like for his music. Like if I play one of his songs,
Okay.
like his meme songs, like he has to put a warning in the whole chat. Like if you can't like take a joke or something like that, then don't listen to what you're about to hear. you know, because it's kind of a little fucked up, but I think it's kind of funny. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
JRVT. Do I still use Fruity Loops 10, FL Studio 10? Um, yeah, so JD basically, um, how can I say this? They released FL Studio 20 lately, and I'm still using the 10.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I don't know why. I tried the the newer versions, and I don't know why, but I hate them. Like there's something about the 10th that I just like way more. There's way less things on the screen, and it feels more like I'm doing music rather than doing science fiction.
And that's Emma, by the way. That's my dog. Right? Well, one of them. She's being all sweet right now. I don't know why,
Yeah, yeah.
but yeah, yeah. There was. Wait, did you see that question? Oh my god, damn it, Hellboy. That's an actual thing. In Alabama Hot Pocket, these are all actual terms that are like
For
sexual
real.
terms. Yeah, I don't know why.
Bro, I'm a music producer, not a sex worker. Calm down.
Yeah, fucking holy shit. But anyways,
Um,
this has been a fucking amazing interview. You are my first producer that I'm interviewing, so this was just a good to see how I could do it and how I could put it on the screen and stuff. So I thank you so much for coming and doing this with me and learning
yeah,
so much about you.
I felt like it was genuine and chill, so I felt like it was cool.
Yay,
I don't
good.
know.
I'm glad. I'm glad
But,
you liked it. I never want to interview somebody and then have them feel uncomfortable in any way. You know
yeah,
what I
no.
mean?
And JRVT, is this the new style that I have for and move from the LFOs? Um, Not really. The new style is coming in. I don't know if I can say this, but uh, in May, there's gonna be a song coming out in May, and this is more of what I'm making now.
Ooh.
But yeah, what I can say it's kind of similar to the new style in a way because it's more chill and more emotions focused rather than big drops and big basses.
Gotcha. That's
So yeah,
awesome. That's awesome. I love both, obviously, but I like how you're making a switch. Like, that switch is like a big deal for an artist because not only is it difficult to make a switch when you really like making something, to find something else that you think that people will like just as much is really fucking hard. So I fucking give you kudos for taking a damn chance. That's awesome. I appreciate you, and I don't know what else you have planned for the rest of your day, but I hope you have a fucking amazing ass day. I'm so excited to hear even more from you, more music. I'm definitely putting that song when it comes out on my playlist. What was it called? Can't Focus. Yes, going on it. Going
thank you.
on there for sure. But I hope you have a great day and thank you again.
Yeah, well, you too. Was nice. And yeah, well, see you.
See you. You're good. It's cool. Bye, Lux.
Bye.